let's just dive right in. While so much of the world is talking about conflict, about retaliation, one city is getting ready to give a very, very different kind of answer. We're going to break down Seoul's pretty unique declaration of peace in a world that feels like it's right on the edge.
So, to really get what Seoul is doing, we have to understand the backdrop. Picture this. It's the spring of 2026. You turn on the news, you scroll through your feed, and it's all dominated by conflict, by rising tensions. There's just this heaviness in the air,
And this isn't just some abstract headline you scroll past. You can feel it. This quote just captures the mood perfectly. In some parts of the world, people are literally building walls, and others they're checking their weapons. The default response everywhere seems to be bracing for the worst, putting up defenses, not just physical ones, but mental ones too.
But then, you have this, a total pivot. Right in the middle of all this global anxiety, something completely different is being planned in the capital of South Korea. It's a kind of countermove, a whole different story they're trying to tell.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old playbook for dealing with trouble, walls, weapons, conflict. But on the other side, those are the tools Seoul is choosing to pick up. Stages, music, and a call for harmony. It's a totally different approach.
Okay, so what is this peaceful operation? Well, it's a massive festival, right in Gwanghwamun Square. And it's so important to get this. This isn't just some big concert. It's being very intentionally framed as a peace festival, a deliberate act.
And a lineup. Wow. You've got the global phenomenon BTS front and center. They're backed by a huge crew of dancers, but they're also sharing the stage with traditional musicians playing arirang, which, if you don't know, is one of the most iconic, soulful folk songs in Korean history. It's this incredible fusion of the ultra-modern and the deeply ancient.
Now get ready for this number. The scale is just mind-blowing. They're expecting 250,000 people. 260,000 people. And these aren't just folks from down the street. People are flying in from all over the world, all drawn to this one place for this one event.
And this is where it gets really powerful. This is the whole point. For one night, those lines on a map, those geopolitical tensions, they just kind of melt away. You could have young people whose home countries are at odds with each other, standing shoulder to shoulder, singing the exact same song. That's the idea.
So this brings us to the actual strategy behind it all. Because this isn't just wishful thinking. It's a calculated use of what political scientists call soft power. But they're using it here in a very, very specific way.
I know, a weapon of peace sounds like a total contradiction, right? But what it really means is using the power of culture, of music, of a shared human experience as a force that's strong enough to actually push back against all the talk of division and war. It's about showing, not just telling, that there's another way.
But the message isn't only in the songs they're singing, it's also in how they're doing it. The logistics, the planning, the whole event is designed to be a blueprint for how to live together, a showcase of what they're calling system excellence.
And here's that blueprint. It's a full-scale mobilization of the city's resources, police, fire, everything, not for a conflict, but for safety. The number one goal is 0 injuries. Think about that. Human life is the absolute top priority. Every single detail is planned around protecting people, not harming them.
And when you put the two side by side, the contrast is just night and day. The logic of war is a zero-sum game, right? For me to win, you might have to lose. To survive, I might have to push you away. But the logic of this festival is the complete opposite. We all survive and do better by taking care of each other. It's a living, breathing model of coexistence, and it's being live-streamed for the entire planet to see. So when you start putting all these pieces together, the music, the sheer scale of the crowd, the obsessive safety planning, it becomes so clear that this is way more than just an event. It's a message, a carefully constructed declaration to the world.
And the real power, the secret sauce, comes from this blend. You take arang, something that is so deeply, uniquely Korean, and you fuse it with K-pop, which is now a truly global language. By doing that, you create a message that's rooted in one culture, but speaks to everyone.
And in the end, this quote just nails it. It's not a show. It's a statement. It's an active, loud confirmation that even when the world feels like it's being torn apart, human solidarity is still possible. And not just possible, but something worth celebrating on a massive, global stage.
I mean, just think about what a powerful choice that is. At a time when destruction and hatred seem to get all the headlines, this is a conscious, deliberate decision to focus on creation, on joy. to choose cheers over hatred. It's about deciding to make a different, more hopeful kind of noise.
Which leaves us with this final, really important question. In a world that's so used to the sound of cannons, the noise of conflict, can a song really be louder? Can an event like this one collective voice of peace, actually cut through all that noise? Seoul is betting everything that it can.